Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So
Thanks for the
call the meeting to order.
support.
Record attendance. We don't have to do it orally if we have no one online. Yep. So we better say our names though for our minute taker.
Right.
Yeah. Kate, we'll start with you.
Okay, I'm Kate Plumley Stewart.
Jay Wallens.
Peter Hurst.
Shirley Green.
Tom Claus present.
Ed Rippey.
Seth Strage present.
Thank you. Okay, and we'll go to while we record attendance. Kate, is this your last meeting with us?
I think so.
Why is that?
What?
We're gonna miss you.
I'm probably gonna ask to be assigned to budget.
I said it's more interesting than us.
No, I think it's the spreadsheets.
Well, I'd like to say that we appreciate all you've contributed to the Conservation Commission, and we're gonna miss you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not leaving because of you guys.
I hope not. Maybe I should take that.
I would actually tell you I'm that direct, right? I'm that direct kind of person. So no, I think during budget season, it became very apparent that they needed some extra help that was a little higher level on spreadsheets. I don't think of myself as being I'm not a basic user, right? But I'm not necessarily a wizard, and I consider a lot of the stuff I know to be relatively basic, but what I learned is it's not. So just to, Shirley lived through this, and so I think there was some confusion about how data was used and transferred is the easiest way to explain it, and so to try to get us through hopefully the hiring of a new finance director, if that gets approved by the town meeting vote, which is coming next Tuesday. And so that is part of the budget, if people approve the budget. We obviously will have somebody doing finance no matter what, but some money to do an actual search and things like that are wrapped in. So to help with the transition, and I've been on the budget committee before.
Okay.
I've done a tour of budget committee, planning board. I've been on CIP.
Yeah, you
so.
generally do rotate.
And we do try to rotate.
Will you be chair this year?
Well, so there's two people, so Alice and I, so we'll have to see how it turns out. I might have my
I should be
design
waiting till
something.
select board report, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's okay.
Ask you all these
Yeah,
questions.
you can ask me then.
Okay.
So are we gonna get a member of the select board to replace you?
So we have a list that we keep of committees that we want to assign members to, and the intention, as I understand it right now, is yes. We have not had this discussion. It's more that I kind of see the writing on the wall, and I suspect that I'm going to be called to step up to do some of that work.
See, for years, we never had.
And we're moving
Someone
towards.
was assigned, I think, but we never saw them.
Yeah, I think we're moving towards
really?
more having this liaison and having someone to answer these questions and do this work, either a staff member, a select board member, or in some cases you get both, depending on how much you need. So, and I think it's worked pretty well. I mean, not just because of me, but I think in general across committees for communication and to report back to the board and to kind of keep us in the know as well. That helps, because if you watch a select board meeting, you see at the beginning we each say what's happening. So, I might tell somebody, like this time I announced that the rodent presentation was coming up for you guys.
Yeah, it's been good, I think, because I see it from both ways. I generally am at the select board meeting to see if there's anything we need to be aware of for conservation.
Yes.
And Kate is sharing. Anyway,
Well,
let's go on to
congratulations.
the
They
approval.
say your value, and we're gonna miss you.
I go to places I'm needed usually, so I go where I'm called. We will see. You never know, you could get stuck
We
with
may,
each other.
maybe it'll work out, we still get it.
I think I need a clone.
Okay, well, now we're on to the approval of the minutes. I move to put them on the table.
Is that where you want to put them?
You have to put them on before you discuss them. Yeah.
Just being smart.
Yeah. So anyone second that?
I second.
Okay. I have a lot to say about the minutes. They are,
Yeah.
first, the little things. My name is wrong. Kate's is, Jean's is. Ed Rippey was left off. He was absent. Kate came in during the middle of minutes, and that was never, ever put in.
No.
And And also of new business, old business, and other business, and correspondence, anything after the select board report was left off. We got none of it in the minutes. And we had a lot of discussion after that.
I think that you need to send it back to the minute taker and tell them to redo it. I wouldn't try to fix it tonight.
No.
I
wouldn't
looked
either.
and I was like, I wasn't at the beginning, but these don't look great. And, you know, AI is great at some things and sometimes it doesn't do a good job. And I would say it's okay to say, hey, it didn't do a good job, and send it back
It's
and they
been
can
pretty
figure
good
it out.
except for the names before.
Yeah.
But this is
Right.
ridiculous. We
I mean,
lost
I'm
it.
not super pleased, but I'm a lot more detail oriented and I guess it's better than
Yeah,
nothing, but.
So
I
they
agree
took the
with you.
recording, but then manually did some stuff. There's someone doing this, or is it just pure out of the recording?
I don't think they're sending it to a human. I think they only fed it to AI.
Is there
Now
any
for our,
other-
Who's
for
they?
the town office.
Is there any other commission or board that is using the AI, or are we?
Not that I'm aware of. They may, the minute taker might use some for like select board. I don't know if they use a certain amount. It's gotten pretty common in minute taking practices, but ours are certainly much better than this.
But this is certainly unacceptable.
Is this a one-step process? 'Cause what I'm familiar with is notes are taken in the meeting and then minutes are derived from the notes. Is this a one-step process? It goes right from this room to AI and comes back?
It comes from, it goes into the recording,
Yeah.
and I can't tell you how they've chosen to do it, but I can tell you that up front when they proposed it, I disagreed. So I still disagree, and I think if you're getting poor quality, your feedback should be that it's poor quality, and I'll certainly support you, and I think they're garbage.
Well,
I use AI all the time, but these are not good.
I move to, I make a motion that I will report the poor quality of these minutes. Anyone want to second
I
that?
will gladly second that.
Can I offer an amendment to that? I really think it should be a two-step process. It shouldn't go directly from just a recording into somebody's interpretation of it. Need someone who either took the minutes or is intimately familiar with it. I took the notes at the meeting, or who was intimately familiar with it in turning it into minutes.
Now, Jean usually keeps notes, but she's not on here tonight, because she has done that right along.
The AI is a
But,
great note taker, though.
Yes.
But it just has to be, it sounds like it's not getting proofread. But what if they come back
Well, they
and say,
just
well, we
didn't-
just don't have time to do the proofreading? What if they say that?
Then you can take it to the select board. I think you'll get support from us.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't
Is it
think.
really their
it's- it-
job to do that?
It really, in a town, you have a lot of ways to do this. You could try to assign it to somebody else, but other committees do get support. You did have a minute taker in the past, and I would say if you go to the select board and appeal to them, I feel like they would at least
So I
listen
should
to
go
you.
directly to the select board rather
Well,
than-
I think I would send it back to the town office in the first instance, but if you don't get movement on it, I would come to the select board and ask.
Okay.
I
This is-
certainly would support you.
This
Maybe
is
we-
particularly hard because Whitney was amazing.
Right.
She did a great job for us. And to go from that to
Yes.
misspelled names and missing
Yeah, I mean, half the
information.
meeting isn't here.
Yeah.
Maybe the way to
Decisions we
start,
made, decisions we made aren't here.
maybe the way to start with them though is as a question, just asking, what's the current process, since we're not sure.
Yeah.
We're assuming that they're not doing anything, but then they might say, oh, well, so-and-so takes the AI, and then it's like, oh, did so-and-so really? But maybe just asking, what is the current process? Because I wonder if their answer will be, oh, we just copy paste. If that's the answer, then we know the problem.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
hope to find out when I report this, is what's going on and how that can be changed. But, so does everyone vote to have me proceed with,
And
We should
the
just.
fact my name is spelled correctly suggests that someone is looking at these.
So,
Because
Yeah.
there's no way.
yeah, what I would say is
yeah,
that
you're right.
there are times though that AI has enough, it's cognizant enough, like if you say, as the minute taker for the Enfield, New Hampshire Conservation Commission, write a set of minutes, right? And you can tell it commands like it's an intern. And so sometimes it will be smart enough to go back and look and pull in data. And sometimes you don't give it good. So I don't know if it's a lack of good commands. I don't know what it did. In our last set of minutes, I don't know if it was the minute taker or some AI combo. I would say we have significantly better minutes for the select board, but nothing like when Nitwit needed them. And there were, like, Eric Russell's name was misspelled, and I caught that. It wasn't previous, they were missing an L, but it's just, you know, I don't know.
So you have AI with the select board?
No, I don't know if it's an online minute taker, so it is a human who's assigned the job of making them into something. I don't know to what extent she watches our very long meeting and does it, and to what extent she uses other tools. I couldn't tell you.
Great.
Understood.
Yeah.
Shirley, also, I just noticed it says Whitney Hall, too.
Oh, yes, I noticed that, I forgot it, yeah, they have us at the wrong
I think
building.
it would be fair to send them back. You have a motion on the table. I think it'd be fair to send them back and say,
Yeah,
you need
this
to
is
redo it.
so far back.
So they're not approved.
I would.
No, we're not gonna approve
We
this.
should.
Do you want to vote on your
tonight.
motion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shall we vote not to approve the minutes and for me to investigate on how we can get them improved?
Okay.
And I'd send the current meeting minutes marked up with what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
To get an idea, so that they can get a sense, this is why we're having a problem,
Yeah,
And redo them.
yeah?
Yeah.
right, okay. So, shall we vote on that?
Did you have a
Is everyone
second?
in
Yep.
favor?
Did you have a second? Just 'cause I feel like,
second
Yeah, I
the
think-
original
There you go.
one, but yeah.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? So the next thing on the agenda is any public comments tonight. On updates, Craig, I saw Craig the other day, and he said that right now it's pretty quiet time with trails, but
Yeah.
next month he'll be starting, and he'll be hoping to get more volunteers too. So, and then school, I put this, if any, I'm not, if you have anything.
Nothing really new to report. I left it open to my contacts there that, you know, we have more to offer than just what I did. You know, if there's other things they'd like, they can reach out. And I threw ideas at them, like some of the presentations, the UNH presentations, which I've done. I could do any one of those if they'd like, because I've had good success in the past with them at the school. And, yeah, and there's a lot we can offer. So right now, nothing is really cooking with the schools, but what I'll do is I'll reach out to them in a little bit and just ask them, you know, are they interested in a presentation or
Because
anything
new
else?
ones are just coming out for taking action for wildlife.
Oh, really? There's some new ones?
Yes, I got an email this month, I think it was, just recently. I'll forward it.
Okay, could you? Yeah, please.
And I've got my offer in for the class, these teachers' classes to come to our house when we're boiling someday, and I can demonstrate the process to them. And
Well, you should, maybe do you have the contacts?
I still, yeah, you told them that I was willing to do
Carrie
that.
and Missy.
I was gonna say, should I send them another email? and
Yeah,
say-
just let them, what you're willing to do, because I don't think anything's moving with their
No.
Sugar Shack. Okay?
I think the biggest challenge in the school district in terms of getting kids out is busing is so expensive. They have some vans, but I don't know how, like, right, if you had a
Yeah.
classroom of
So
15 kids, it's.
maybe you could go to their sugar shack.
Well, that's right out
But
back, isn't
transporting
it?
sap is,
It's right out back though, I think, the Sugar Shack.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to see a real simple
Oh, to see
operation.
your operation.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, to show them that they could do it too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a
Something
good
would be needed.
idea,
Yeah, just reach out to them and ask, you know? Yeah.
because this is the season right now,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Lloyd Bunton's son, Matthew Bunton, is actively helping with that Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Lloyd and his son actually rebuilt their Sugar Shack. The thing is
Oh.
gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, so you've been up
So
there and
maybe
looked at
they
it?
got a
I've seen
volunteer
Lloyd's.
to help them, then maybe that's since you talked to them.
Yeah, maybe he
I
might
don't
have.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's probably, I think he's already helping them do some
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Matt has been actively helping them since
Yeah.
they started.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and he's a good guy.
He is.
So,
Yes.
There's an option for you to video it, send it to the school,
Oh, I could do that.
well, that's a good idea, yeah.
you know? Since it's hard to get them to you.
Yeah.
and you-
I mean, and
Because it
some
is hard
teachers
to
can
take
bring them. They
field
do have some
trips.
vans. It really depends
Expensive.
on the,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is expensive for them.
Transportation is one of their biggest costs.
I can't drive up there with my truck and have them hop in the back of the truck and have them.
Yeah,
don't
it's
allow
not the
that.
'80s.
I could get in big trouble, I guess.
Or as my
We
daughter
used
would
to
say,
be
it's not the
able to.
1900s.
Yeah, I know, right, I know.
We used to, years ago, the class that I worked in, divided, there was 3 or 4 kids in each group, and a parent drove them to Boston to
Yeah.
spend the day to tour places.
Nice.
You- Those days are gone.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Some of the good old days
Uh,
stuff is.
So
awesome.
garden collaboration, I haven't heard anything more from Jean. So we're to the select board report, Kate.
Select board report. I haven't been here a ton, so I apologize. We finished basketball season finally. So
How'd you do?
my daughter's team was undefeated and won both their tournaments.
Wow,
It's
that's
a pretty big deal, like to
pretty
never lose.
exciting.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah,
coach was
congratulations.
fabulous. The
That's
kids,
cool.
and they're nice middle schoolers, which is just been the most amazing thing because middle school can be very challenging.
Oh, yes.
They're like a clap for the other team, kind of nice. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys like being nice about me being missing. Sorry. Select board wise, I think the big news right now is that we are headed into town meeting part 2, right? So now that it's a deliberative session under SB2, the first part is called deliberative session instead of town meeting, but that was the discussion portion. And now everything is on the warrant. So there are 12 warrant articles that will be in front of voters on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, March 10th. Voting opens at 8 a.m. It goes until 7 p.m. at the Enfield Community Building. If you are not able to get there during those hours, you are permitted by law to go to the town clerk and request an absentee ballot. At this point, if you're going to be out of town during those hours, I tell people go in person. New Hampshire doesn't allow for early voting, but they do allow for absentee voting. So
Is the sample ballot that's online now up to date?
the 2026 one, the one that says 2026. Sometimes on the website, if you look up sample ballot, you'll get like a prior year. So just make sure it's the one that says 20. It is, and I would tell you it's blue, but I think last year's was blue too. Maybe it was green. But yeah, it's a 2026. Right at the top, it'll be easy to tell you at the right one because there's 5 people running for 2
Yeah, that's what I
select
want.
seats.
I printed it out
Yep,
just
that's what.
before they
Yeah,
did
and
the
it's great news.
guest speakers.
I would tell you
elect-
that
election people.
having multiple choices and so many people run is, I feel, a sign of a healthy democracy, and it's something to be really proud of. It's not something we've always had. And the one thing you will not see a race for is one of the trustee of trust funds. It's kind of up at the top by itself. So, or on the original listing it was, we're still looking for a 2-year trustee of trust funds. It's not that the gentleman that's running for 3 years isn't fabulous, right?
He is. I was impressed.
Yeah, and so it's not, I don't want anyone to think, oh, I'm telling you, oh, do this. I am just telling you that we are looking for someone with financial savvy. So if you have a friend or a neighbor who might have some time and have some interest in doing some investments, we have folks in the town office who can help connect them and guide them and see if that might be a good fit. And then you could write them in, and it could be like forced conscription. So that's just my big throw out. You guys have seen the warrant articles. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask me separately, but we talked about the one that was related really to conservation, and other than,
Tim Linehan came, oh no,
Tim
Tim
Jennings.
Jennings came in. I think he had
Yep.
left when you got here last.
I was at the very end of it, yep.
Yeah.
And so,
That was good too. to share.
and then if you need a refresher, you miss anything, or you just love doing more, our YouTube has all of the deliberative session. We have a new podcast that covers some of the warrant articles,
Yeah,
and because the concern when switching from SB to SB2 from town meeting was, would it limit discussion? I can tell you after 5 hours, I feel like the answer is no. But just in case you don't want to try to digest 5 hours, the podcasts are roughly each 30 minutes. They're short, they're concise, and they are fact-based. So you, as an elected official, you have to tell people the rationale behind why something is on the warrant. It is illegal to tell somebody to vote yes or no. So you'll hear me on like the one I did on the trail, tell people like, you can vote yes and you can vote no, right? So it's more, these are the facts before us and we need you to make a decision. And so that is what is there. And then if you want it in writing, the town website at the top banner, there is a nice blue banner at the top that tells you town meeting items. You can click on that and drill down. Some of the warrant article rationales have their own kind of little header because they were I will call lengthier, and then there's the packet that went to town meeting. And if you want the book, the big book that we're required by law to print, you can't print it until you're warrant, yes. Oh, Shirley's gonna show everybody. You're so good, I didn't bring mine. With our dog Rancor on the front. Those are available downtown. We no longer ship them because I'm a big proponent of not shipping it, so you can blame me if you didn't get it and you wish you got it.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive and people throw them in the trash, so right in the post office.
When
And
we moved in, there was they left all
The
copies
boxes.
of those
Yeah.
on
Oh,
a
that's
shelf
good.
with books about Enfield all ready for us. It was like a move-in kit.
It's nice, yeah, I
That
have
is
all
nice.
mine, I don't throw
Yeah.
anything away.
I just said goodbye to all of mine and said I'd go visit them in the library. But I write notes in mine year over year, so after a while I say goodbye. But I think if you'd like the book, to get a little more idea, the other thing that's in the back of that was not in the original packet going into deliberative session is all of the narratives from the nonprofits who get vetted by budget committee. So each year, Shirley can tell you she's been a part of this process. Any nonprofit who asks the town of Enfield for money, I'm gonna pick on VNH because they're really easy. So the Visiting Nurses Association, or whatever they're called now, they're kind of joined forces with Dartmouth Health. They are one that regularly comes and asks for a small amount of money to cover some of the work they do in this area. And so each nonprofit that asks to be included in the budget will have a piece in the back. And then nonprofits, I'll say, like, I'm going to pick on Friends of Mascoma because I was on the board. They don't ask the town for money, but they do work here, so they submit an explanation of the work they do for Enfield as well.
Just like in the boards and commissions in town.
And I am one of those weird people who reads the whole thing every
Yeah.
year like it's the cereal box.
It's interesting.
So, you don't have to,
I
but
serve on the subcommittee of those nonprofits.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do. So I think it's very interesting if you have time. It's certainly not mandatory. And then if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or we can get someone in the town office to answer. Okay. Oh, and I guess the only other thing that we had that was really, I'm gonna call it big and exciting, but you probably heard about out in the community, was they approved, the police department had applied for a donation to the Byrne Foundation to get a drone. There were two sides. And I will say, the select board approved it with a caveat that the town itself will have a specific policy about unmanned small aircraft. And so the police department has to have policies. They're not allowed to adopt it until they own the piece of equipment, but the town will have a top level policy. Some of what we asked was, could you use it? Master plan is a good example, right? So beautiful photography, there was a master plan, some of it was done by drone. So if you wanted something or DPW needed something, I think you could request and do some access through that. The privacy piece that I was very concerned about and asked a lot on was covered under, you don't videotape the whole time. So you're not videoing it, and so you're not storing it. You go to the place where you need to be, you take your one picture for conservation of the mountain or whatever trail, and that's it. And there's a record retention policy for police, but anything they do, if they were going to use it for police work, either requires a warrant, or if it was something like a search and rescue, you aren't videoing, right? You're looking for the child, the elderly, folks, maybe it's accompanying the police dog. So.
Or something could be wrong with wildlife.
Yeah, I mean, it could be flown out onto the lake to look at something. So those are all options. I think it was a very good discussion. It was well attended, and there was a good attendance online in addition to in person, and a lot of people put in. So I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think the town is doing a good job trying to get the information out to people. So
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you're doing information, though, especially for somebody who doesn't feel like it is in their best interest, or it's just not something they like, then they feel like that information is slanting. And I certainly respect that feeling, but I think we have a duty to tell people and to listen and to kind of go through all of the steps. So.
And speaking of the town report, I have a couple of reminders for you. I noticed that Peter and Jay are up for reappointment.
Yeah, I know. I got to get down to the town
Please
office.
do,
Yeah.
yes.
You can go in the volunteer form right online too.
Online, okay.
Yep, there's when they redid the website, I think it's under resident services or something, there's a volunteer
Okay.
form. I mean, you can go in person and as well.
One of two. I've
Just
been,
don't forget it, please do it
yeah,
right away.
I'll get it done
What's the
ASAP.
drop dead date on
I don't.
We
think-
do reorganization at the
You're
first
not on-
meeting after town meeting, so that would be, oh, you guys know I can't do anything without my electronic brain, right? Let me ask the calendar. It is going to be full calendar. So town meeting is the 10th. So the next select board meeting is the 16th. That's typically when we reorganize. We are not typically right on top of committees at that one. So it's usually the following one. So I'd say beginning of April.
But it wouldn't hurt to
Yeah.
go in now.
Certainly.
Get it done,
While
yeah.
you're thinking of it.
We talked during that meeting about where we're assigning our where we'd like to be and who might fit where. So, but yeah.
Hey,
And usually they'll remind you too, but it's always good to not have to have Elisa do the reminder.
so thank you, Kate.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next thing on our new business is that we're able to have Carol Foss come and do a presentation on, because throughout the year, we've been concerned, I think that Tom brought it to us initially. And so this should be great. I've got a lot of interest from it. And
So on the Audubon website, Shirley, they have other presentations they're doing other places in their calendar. I could not find this one.
she didn't have it on? I
I,
better let her know.
well, and so, because I saw it up and I thought, oh, I bet ours is on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I missed it but it just,
Because it was the beginning of the month we set the date. I got in touch with her right after last meeting.
yeah. No, and I think, but you've done a great job. I put it up for you. I put it onto my select
On
board
social
page
media.
and I put it onto,
Good.
I launched it onto social media into like 12 different places,
I
so.
send it to every,
And then I've been telling
Conservation
everyone who has a
Commission.
farm here they need to come, because I don't know if I've told you guys, AJ and I have rats for the first time ever, and we have had,
yes.
we have had to depart with over 100 of them.
Holy cow.
So that'd be very
Really?
interesting. And you know, another thing, this is Celie Offiaro lost her dog.
Yeah, to rat
Yeah.
poison. So we do not poison them, but when you want to mechanically remove something from your farm, it is, we probably have $600 to $700 of mechanical traps and buckets and
Wow.
things that are electronic, and
Where'd they
it's-
come from?
They came in during at that kind of as the drought worsened. So we're of the opinion that they came in looking for food and water, and we're like, oh hey, these people feed and water their animals.
Yeah.
Our grain is in freezers, but yeah, as of yesterday, they had chewed a hole through the bottom of my chicken coop, up through the manure. Like they're very determined. So, and it's one of those. It's hard in the winter because you're relying on that deep pack of bedding. So we are not the only farm. I've talked to 4 other local farmers who've never had rats who have rats.
Yeah, I thought people didn't get that around here.
This is a first for me. I am not enjoying it. Rats in Boston, that's life. Rats in New Hampshire, I'm like, no thank you.
Right.
So I hope you could all come. And if you can pass the word on to friends, and if you have the, copy your flyer and hand it out to people, that'd be great.
So it's Sunday?
Sunday, March 15th at 2 o'clock at the Chosen Vale Performance Center. So I sent you a flyer to.
Yep.
Did you send it on to like Canaan and Lebanon already?
I
to
did.
their, okay. Awesome.
Oh, on their social media?
No, to their conservation
Oh, I have,
commission.
yeah,
Oh,
and they've already replied. They were very.
So they have one on the 13th on the Autobahn that is somewhere else, and then they don't have one on the 15th on their calendar, so.
I'll have to,
Yeah, I just figured,
I'll mention that to her, that someone mentioned it wasn't on their social media.
well, this is on their website, I'm on their website.
Oh, okay.
They took I think
That
they,
is odd.
yeah, I didn't look at their social media.
Hmm.
Not recently, I looked at first before I reposted it myself. New Hampshire, Audubon. But I think if they're gonna come all this way to do it, it would be great to fill that space and really get people good information.
Yes.
Because I think, you guys have been working on it for a while, and I'd love to see that information go forward.
Well, hopefully we get a big turnout,
What's the seating capacity?
200.
Are you guys planning a table or anything with some of your information?
We can, she'll be bringing information too, which is good, which is where actually I got my flyers from, was from her. But no, we'll print up some more of them and have a table. And we can have other information of things that related to conservation. It's a good time to get it out to people.
Okay.
Will somebody be willing to work at the table? And
I should be able to, let me just double check.
okay.
I'm coming, but I'm gonna be coming from church, so probably not me. So the same thing, March 13th, in Auburn, New Hampshire is on their social media, but not this one, so maybe, sometimes you don't tell your social media person what you're doing.
Well,
Could
they
just be
did
that
lose
simple.
someone there,
Oh.
too, a person that was the education person right now, so she's probably doing it all, the speaker, she's the director.
Oh, and yeah, that's a lot.
I can,
Great.
Awesome.
yep.
I'm gonna have company, my son is gonna be visiting, but I think he's gonna be interested in attending it, so I'm gonna talk to him.
Good.
If he might be able to help you.
All right.
Good deal.
Now, let's see. I will ask the museum to have a table for us. Okay, on the old business?
Actually, on new business, can I bring something
Sure.
up?
Yeah.
I was talking to Betty Plichter today, and she was asking me some questions about freshwater mussels. I know zebra mussels are
Yeah.
invasive and awful, and you want to keep them out of the lake. But she said when she was growing up here years ago, there used to be a lot of mussels in the lake, and now there aren't. And she did a little research on them, and she saw that they actually are really good for getting rid of algae and even cyanobacteria.
Excuse me.
So she was wondering if there's any way that somehow somebody could look into whether we could seed some into the lake. It makes me a little nervous because of the zebra ones.
Yeah. I'll check with DES on that.
Okay. If there's something that we can do that will help cut back algae and cyanobacteria, it might be nice. But, and there are certain fish that feed on them and certain fish that don't. So it could be, a bigger deal than just
Right.
throwing a bunch of
Oh,
mussels
yeah.
into the lake.
Can get very
I
complicated.
can guarantee you it's a bigger deal. than
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch of
yeah.
mussels.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just sounds too easy, too good to be true, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
but I'll check with some experts to see what they say.
There's some interesting, is it in the Netherlands? They use one of the mollusks to determine water quality and open and
Monitor
close.
the rivers, yeah.
They use it instead of using a sensor because it's more accurate than a sensor.
Really?
It closes when the water is dirty, right? And it
I
sets
think.
off an alarm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't like it.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
there's a sensor on the mussel, but it's better than a synthetic sensor trying to do the same work. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
It says here New Hampshire has 10 species of freshwater mussels.
Okay.
I've never heard of a freshwater mussel.
I've seen them in certain places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about them, but I have seen them in some bodies
That's
of
pretty
water.
cool.
They cut your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any lakes in the state that have done something about this too.
We have them in Mascoma, so.
anyone else have anything for new business? Okay, so on to old business. Some of you weren't here, so you may be interested in doing something for this is to represent the Conservation Commission. The library's doing a huge project on the coral reef. And they're wanting the community to take different things from the, let's see, they have a whole list of stuff here. To be part of the coral reef. It's gonna be a huge, probably 24-foot thing wide when it's done. But all you have to do is go into the library and choose whether you want to do a turtle or a starfish or a seahorse or whatever. And they're just hoping that all the community and different groups and commissions will take part in it.
So,
So-
draw those things?
Nope, they have they're already made out of cardboard, the 4-H.
Oh, oh.
4-H is doing it, making them, and you just bring them home and decorate them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they'll even give you stuff if you need it to decorate them. But it's a community
Yeah.
thing. They've been working on it now for weeks, and there's gonna be put up in a grand opening for it on May 4th.
I assume the schools are very involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're making all the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. She's getting as many people involved as they can. That's why I was hoping that
so you just go to the
conservation.
library if you're interested.
Yes,
Okay.
just go to the library, and you can pick out something to add to it. You can do, there are big things you can do, because it's gonna be a huge display. Or you can take something small, whatever when you get there, you'll see what takes your eye,
Yeah.
and see some others that are done. There's already people turning them in, so
Oh, wow.
I encourage you to go in and see what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, that
and,
sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, to pick up, Corley is gonna
And
do
tell
a
them you're
seahorse.
from the Conservation Commission.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like the display will be on a table, right?
It's a floor.
Oh, it's a floor display?
Yeah.
It's-
Okay,
It's
Huge.
massive.
okay, it's a big floor. I just wanna be able to explain it to
They-
people. Okay.
Yeah.
And you
They have a
wanna go
room
in on
full
the
of
fourth.
cardboard now that's gonna be part of the display that all of these animals, sea life, are gonna be put on.
Nice.
And you should see the coral and all different, now, someone did a octopus too, all kinds of, everything you can imagine.
But it's still going, there's still plenty of opportunities.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
lots.
The idea is to get it turned in so they
That's
can
why I'm
add
mentioning it
it.
again.
But on the 4th is gonna be when it's all together in one
Okay.
uniform display, and then after
So
the
that's the
4th.
goal, by the 4th.
Well, no, you want it before the 4th. The
Oh,
4th
yeah.
is when you're gonna can
So they
view
can have it all
Okay.
together.
But on the 4th is the day that it's going to be all together, and then after that, they're going to break it into sections to be displayed around the library. So if you
Is
want to see it as a
Coralie doing
uniform.
one?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up her seahorse,
That's what
hopefully
I have, is a
tomorrow.
seahorse.
Yeah, but I'm sure it will come back bedazzled.
But you have to go in and see what's already there and get an
Yeah.
idea of what it's gonna
Okay.
be. Yeah, there's a whole huge, like I said, it's probably a 24-foot wide
Okay.
area that's gonna be filled. It's gonna be pretty outstanding. I'm sure it will hopefully make the paper.
There's a tiny art display right now too, you can check out while you're in.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it is. And then the 250th, we have to kind of try to firm up as quickly as we can. You're thinking of where we might do a hike?
Well, I thought you were gonna spread it out. I just assumed stay with it around Old Home Days.
Yeah, well, that's what,
Okay. Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
because, I don't know if you saw my last letter in the listserv, that's what we decided to do, was Old Home Days would stay, because at first we were gonna do everything on the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And we thought, that's when, it's just too much
Yeah.
for all at once. So 250th is planning things throughout the year.
Yeah.
And Old Home Days is doing it just the same as they do on a regular weekend,
Yeah.
the last full weekend in
Yeah.
July. And we had a table last year during the time of the ice cream social.
Right.
Yeah, would we like to do that again?
Sure.
That was a good place to do. Okay. Because we're gonna try to put the program out earlier this year, because we want to include things in it from the 250th. So we've got to make our decisions soon.
I'm more than willing to participate in that hike and then the
Great.
table on the whole Home Days. I may not be around for the 4th of July, so.
Yeah, 4th of July, actually, there is not a lot of stuff going on the 4th of July. The big thing that 250 is doing, we've got a movie coming up the end of April, and then there's a concert, and then there's a couple things that the library and the museum are partnering on. But the big event, Party in the Park, is going to be on July 11th. But the hike could be Old Home Day weekend.
Do you want to do one of those UNH extension programs, I mean, I'd be more than willing.
Oh.
The ones I had, you said there's new ones, I mean, we did that, the 350 years of New Hampshire wildlife was a good
Oh
one.
my gosh,
We-
that would be perfect.
We could do that again, and I think it really fits into time and history.
350. That would be perfect.
Yeah, I'd do that again.
When, we should decide when would be a good time to do that. That would be probably not on our Old Home Day weekend.
Whenever, whenever, I mean,
Some,
sometime in July is good.
Okay, or it could be Old Home Day weekend.
Yeah.
We'll see. But no, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that, okay?
Okay, yeah. So that'd be a special thing for the 250th.
I mean, first time we did it, it really went well. Everybody really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And, there's gonna be a lot of people, so a lot of people didn't see it, so let's give another opportunity for people to.
yes.
Okay.
Even if they saw it before, there's a lot of people who would like to see
Yeah.
it again, I'm sure.
And what I liked about it is open doors for discussion too. It was good. We had
Now,
some good
where did you
discussion.
do it last time? Was it
The
at the,
Performance Center,
okay,
which is a perfect place.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you did that right after the ice cream social, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that spot's open, actually.
yeah. So I'm pretty free except around the 4th of July, so if you wanna,
Okay,
in July.
great.
If you can do the table again, I can do it again with you.
Yeah,
Well, someone else can do the table. I mean, that's fine, yeah.
Or,
because that would
I'm
be
busy that
during,
weekend.
okay,
that'd be
I have
from 1
family.
to 3.
1 to
And
3.
Busy with
then
family.
probably 4 o'clock, I can put you in for the
That sounds good.
show.
Yeah,
At
4
least
o'clock
right now.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Great,
I'm pretty sure I'm with.
yeah. Last time I brought a bunch of my maple syrup stuff. And
yes.
I wanted to be closer to the ice cream pavilion. But, so as it was, we were diagonally across from it.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would see people walking by with their ice cream, and I brought some syrup with me. So I'd see them walking by, and I'd go up to them, and I'd say, hey, you want a maple creamy? And they'd say,
Yeah.
oh, that sounds
That's
good.
right, that
So
that
I'd
went good.
suck them in to the table.
Yeah.
And then you'd take over and start talking to
Free
them.
things, free
So
things.
that was better than, I was gonna say, because you could always leave a jar of your maple syrup at the ice cream topping table too.
Yeah.
Right.
But it sounds like that was fun to bring them
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
there.
you got to talk to people and bring them in, and yeah, it was pretty neat.
Great.
That's great.
So Seth, if you want to join them in any of those things, the more the merrier.
What was the date again?
It's the last full weekend in July, 24th, 25th, and 26th. The hike will be on a Sunday.
That's right.
The table will be on the Saturday, the 25th, from 1 to 3. And the presentation will be 4 o'clock on the Saturday.
Yeah. As far as the hike goes, I want to feedback.
So the 25th is really the day.
Pardon me?
25th is the action, where most of the action is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have something on Friday night.
Smoker's Notch.
Oh,
But the,
Family vacation.
25th is the
cool.
big day. And we stay, since we've been over, the library was over at the museum while the new one was being renovated. Actually, the space over there is so good to do. And this year, we think there'll be a lot more organizations and businesses around that parking lot, like your table was before. And we had 5 last year, and I think there'll be a lot more this year, because people really, we served 390 ice cream sundaes. So it really draws a lot of people.
Wow.
But,
What day is the hike?
It'll be the Sunday, that
yeah,
Sunday.
26.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. I know Alan did this a while ago, but it was a while ago. I was thinking about Half Mile Pond.
Whatever you think.
I mean, that's kind
That was
of
quite
a
a
neat.
while ago.
Yeah, and you get a nice view. I mean, you climb up top and then you walk down to the pond. And then, if people wanted to extend it, they could take a walk over to Smith Pond on the way back, or they could go home.
Just send me a little blurb of the details, where to
Okay.
meet and so forth,
Yeah,
and
okay,
because I do the program.
yeah.
I was talking with your mom too. She said you haven't firmed up any ideas, but it sounds like you've got some good ones you're thinking about.
For
for the 250th, something,
for the Lutheran Church, maybe? Or no?
for the Lutheran Church.
Yeah, they said they were doing something. They told me I make the rollout for whatever they need for media and stuff. And I heard varying things, so.
Right. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Mhm.
Anyone have anything else they want to add to that? No. They'll be happy to hear this. Anyway. So upcoming biochar presentations, have you and Kate been talking about the firemen or?
I've been missing
We
in
had a
action.
conversation that went
by,
like
hasn't
this,
it?
are you gonna get it? Yeah, we get you would.
Yeah.
That's where we left it.
Did you talk to Jim yet?
I did talk to
Okay.
Jim, Jim's gotta talk to Ed, and then we both have to talk to the fire department.
I did go home immediately and ask my spouse about 4-inch wood, and he's like, why 4? And I was like, just tell me yes. So, but he had questions about how specifically 4-inch it needed to be, so I might have to have you talk to him.
That's ballpark, and that's the maximum, it can go all the way down to small brush too.
Yeah.
4 is the max.
Mhm.
Okay.
You probably have some,
6.
are you brush
It
piling yours,
contains-
or are
You
you?
saw my pile?
I did.
I couldn't get it to burn. Now it's just under snow.
You need an AJ.
I have 2 piles. Yeah.
Do you have a leaf blower?
Yes. Oh, I was hitting it with that, but there's only so long I can stand there. Just the wood wasn't dry enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta start it with some dry.
yeah, that's the
No,
key,
no.
it's what you would like to dry in the middle of winter when, you know,
Well, yours might be dry by the time we get this lined up.
Yeah.
when'd you cut it?
During the summer,
Yeah, it should be fine by April.
I have a way of moving it to make a big pile, but I have no Actually, we'll have a trailer to bring it somewhere else.
I've got a trailer,
Yeah, I can load your trailer.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and then we can unload it here.
So there's a lack of brush for this activity.
No, it's just we have to bring some down.
Okay, well, I'm happy to contribute that. That seems like more of a favor to me.
No, because you need a.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, I think we can get some in here, but they don't open the brush dump until, I don't know quite when they open it, but it's in the spring. But I think just having it so that we know it's the right size and what you need, so it's all planned out, and then
Yeah.
just do it.
So when do you have to do it while there's still snow on the ground?
No,
No.
you
okay.
need a permit if there's not snow on the
Right.
ground, but the fire department issues the permit, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Jim thought it was a great idea to do it out here someplace, didn't have a specific spot picked out, but it's just gotta be, he's gotta run some traps on.
So it probably won't be this month, or when will it be?
I think the middle of April would be good.
That
You
would
want
be
people,
good.
you want
Do you
the
wanna
weather to
pick-
be good for people to come out.
Do you want to pick a date with Jim and the fire department and whoever needs to, and then we
Let's,
can
yeah,
Then we can
why don't
put
we
it in
just
the
pencil
newsletter
it in
and-
for
in
the middle
town
of April?
generally?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, let
especially
me
now.
know the date as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Might
April's
go to-
coming up
might go to
fast.
Georgia
Yes.
to see my
Yeah.
family, but no, I think middle of April is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have like a
Keep it,
dump
is it
truck?
under cover or is it under snow?
It's under snow cover.
It's not gonna dry much under the snow, but, so as soon as
Can you
you
grab it in the
can,
gravel and give it a shake?
and how big a pile are you talking about?
One's about, now what's left about the size of this, 2 piles about the size of these tables.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
plenty.
So I know the forum, the museum has a forum, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, so it might be a good idea to keep away from that.
What's
If you
their
wanna-
forum for?
If you wanna come by and check it out, it's.
Oh, I
yeah.
think I don't think you're gonna end up with the
You
same
don't
think-
people.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
Cause that
know.
stuff was all cut this year.
I feel like the
And then
scholars
I'll
are
have
very
tons
different.
for next time, if there's a next time, but yeah, but.
Mhm.
who
I
knows?
hope there's a next time. I hope it catches on and this becomes the way people
Mhm.
go about doing it.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to learn that.
Because it
yeah.
cuts down total emissions by 50%.
Mhm.
So you're gonna talk with Jim about a date? or-
Yeah,
The middle of April.
Will you let me know as soon as?
I absolutely will.
If the trailer isn't enough, we can probably.
And
we
I'll
have
try to get a range from
Plenty
him
of
so that we can
equipment
talk
too,
about.
between us, you, and
Okay, yeah.
Maybe this group could
friends
give me
on the road.
some guidance as to generally what part of the week would be best. Weekend?
I'm flexible, but I think we get more attendance on a weekend,
I think you
right?
will on the weekend, because
Yeah,
it's
I
a
agree.
longer, and
I agree.
if you get too close, so when it all melts, I volunteered to coach softball.
And is there anything else we need to do to reserve this room for the,
Oh, because that's
Ask Rob
right.
Taylor.
it takes a little bit of classroom.
So do the classroom in here and then go out there and do the weekend.
That's
Yeah.
convenient
Cool.
to have it here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I had said do it here, because originally I was saying we could do it on any one of our properties or farms,
There's no
but
classroom.
there's no classroom, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you could just ask Rob Taylor to help you do a reservation. Once you pick a date, or ask
Okay.
Jim, I don't, you know what, it's probably Chantel, she makes the magic in this building.
What else might be needed for something like that? Like,
hand tools,
and then,
iron rakes,
And the idea is-
water, I'm assuming is gonna be provided by the fire department for quenching.
is it? I don't, will they?
I think if you ask, it depends, and if they
I
get
gotta
called
go
out.
talk to them, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming that for now, otherwise, it doesn't take
It's
any
just a
more than a
hose,
garden
right?
hose.
No, I know, because you're gonna let it burn down, and it'll just.
You let it burn down to a pile of coals.
Yeah.
And then you break the pile apart as you're watering it.
Yeah.
And then besides us letting know people we know who are interested
People
in
bringing
this.
containers to take a sample home with them.
Do you need a specific type of container, or it'll be quenched enough to take it home?
It'll be quenched enough to take it home in
Grain bag?
plastic bag, grain bag.
I have
Perfect.
so many
Good.
grain bags.
Yeah,
Can you write up a
You wanna
little
get rid of some?
blurb with
I
these
have you in mind
details,
as the green
Peter?
Oh, yeah.
I've been having to, so
just
please
get
take
rid of
them.
it, yeah.
You can only have people make so many of them into bags before they get bored.
And then as
And-
far as getting attendance, because you want people to learn this, like obviously we're gonna tell people we know. There's gonna be an email, and same goes for the other events we've been talking about tonight. What is our main way of telling people we're doing something?
Well, we put it in the town newsletter,
Yes,
and we do the listserv,
yes.
and the other messenger, and Kate puts it on the social media. And,
We have paper handouts.
yep, we'll do handouts.
Okay.
The Upper Valley listserv.
Yep,
and
all
Day-
of those.
And Daybreak,
When you say the listserv, you mean Upper Valley listserv?
Upper
There-
Valley.
Yeah, there's one that goes
multiple.
out to
There's
the
a
whole Upper
Mascoma, there's
Valley.
an Enfield, there's the Vital Communities, Enfield has the Dartmouth one, which is going to
And I
die
s-
off.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
email you to ask for the list of listservs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that on, because I actually am not in the loop on any of those.
I have way too many
I
of them.
also send anything we do to all the conservation commissions and garden clubs, because garden clubs will certainly be interested in
And
it.
I think I put this onto 12 different, is what I did the other night, it might be more. So I sent it to like all of the What's Up Upper Valley group, Crystal Lake, Mascoma Lake, Spectacle Pond, right? So
There's
that they-
WhatsApp ones too.
Yeah, there's a What's Up Upper Valley on Facebook. That's-
There's several
There's-
levels of
There's so
participation
many,
that are
I just throw
available
them in all
too.
of them.
The
It's like
classroom,
spaghetti.
you don't have to take the classroom to do the fire, but it's very
Yeah.
useful. And you might not want to do the fire, just listen to the classroom part of it. And then there'll be a hands-on and observer distinction too. If you're hands-on, if you want to take a tool and work the fire with me, that's great, welcome to do it. There's certain clothing requirements and certain tools that do
Yeah,
that.
so then put in all those details in your little
Oh,
write-up.
yeah. It'll
And
be,
that, we'll use that to pass the word.
Yeah.
If you, I can still make you a flyer too in Canva or something, unless you
Yeah,
want to.
that would be good.
Yeah, whatever you guys want me to do.
Yeah, if you
Actually,
wanna
we
show
should-
me, especially if, hopefully you're still with us, but if you end up on budget, you might wanna show me what you've done in the past and then,
Do you have Canva?
no, but I could use something else maybe, or just use that, I'll learn that.
You don't have to. I have an organizational copy that's free, but,
Okay.
You
I
should
think I
think
know
about
that.
doing a spring, what was it you did?
oh, your scavenger hunt.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scavenger.
you guys are gonna have to think of categories for me. My brain's done. It was hard for me to make your little scavenger hunt the last time. It was like, what do you see in the spring? So I asked
Did we do a
AI
spring
what you
one?
see. Yeah, I did a
Then we
spring
could
one.
redo that. Yes.
More ideas. Baby bird.
I am amped for biochar, I
Yeah.
have to say.
So same.
It
yeah.
has been-
I've been using
really has my
biochar.
attention.
I've been
Yeah.
using biochar in my.
I've got a bunch of links I can send you of stuff like this we've done before. I've done it on
On Hawaii.
vineyards,
Oh, cool.
out in Northern California with piles the size of this room.
Oh, cool. When I was trying to burn that pile earlier this year, I was like, I hope they don't drive by and see what an idiot I am right now. 'Cause it was just such a fail.
How did your presentation go with the garden club? When
The
he
garden
did the
club was great.
presentation at the museum, someone that came from Hanover, wasn't it? They
Yeah,
came,
yeah.
asked him to come.
Lebanon, but she works with the Hanover Garden Club. It's exactly what you would expect the Hanover Gardeners Club to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
so
It was,
it's.
they have an all-glass, fully outfitted, paved, permeable concrete floor greenhouse with sinks and office space
That
and
sounds
water and lighting and shades, you name it.
Does it have a
The next
chandelier?
step in that,
I'm not
going
remember, we
unless
need
it has
to
a
be
chandelier.
thinking about
Glass
greenhouse over here too.
Oh, yeah,
The next
we've
one.
got a tentative outreach has been made to Wade Campbell.
He said
over-
it was okay.
Who said it was okay, but his facility is not, it's really bare bones. If anybody knows of more of a working greenhouse, particularly with water, he has to haul all his, he's got a,
Yeah, he has a
about a
container.
40 by 200 foot greenhouse, and he's got to haul all the water to it, so it's not the best setup.
I think Wade is probably the last remaining one of any size in Enfields.
The last one.
Pardon me?
One of any size in Enfields.
Yeah,
So.
well, it doesn't
Would
have
the
to
one
be
at
huge, I
Primitive
mean, his is
Pickings work?
huge.
Would
Sorry?
the one, she has a small one, but she's very community minded.
Yeah, I don't, she's got the one that she usually works out of that's immediately adjacent to the farm stand. And then the rear one, at one point she was taking down, I don't know if she actually took it down. But you could ask her.
It just needs, just something that'd be a nice space for 20, 30 people to gather. Couple of tables where we can mix some materials, do exciting things like the worm avoidance test and taste test.
Can I
and,
ask the question, if we put down a tarp in one of the garage bays here and they said yes to us doing that? Like on the floor?
Yeah, it
so
would
that
be
it was-
okay, I've done this in.
Yeah, that's
Just
a good
because,
idea.
right, because it would get you inside in a place that's warm and owned by the town.
Yeah, big barn would be okay,
So, yeah. Mr.
Oh,
Brown.
but I'm really spoiled by the Hanover Garden Club, so.
Maybe you could get them to invite us over. Do they
Well,
have
I'm glad
parking?
you made that connection. You
Yeah.
know, see, that's why every time we do something, we make connections.
Yeah,
It's
and then
great.
the Grafton County Conservation District is,
Great.
but
So,
on the Enfield scale, yeah, we had, how about, Kate, you sell your product there, just across the line in Lebanon, at the top of the hill.
Yeah, that's Primitive Pickings.
yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yep,
about.
Sammy.
Do you think
Yeah.
that would work?
Yeah, she's got great facilities there, that would be
She would,
great.
she's surely, I go ask her for money a lot.
I was just saying how good
Well,
you are at
maybe we
this.
can offer her something back then.
That's what I was.
Did your ears ring yesterday?
Yeah, that
Did
would
my
be
ears
fine.
ring
if
yesterday?
it's
I
not
was just
going
saying
to-
how good you are.
But
at
now I
this.
do know that she runs a really tight ship there and she has a ton going on, so I don't want to do anything that would impose on that.
I think if you were gonna do something like
can ask
that,
her.
do it for spring and encourage people to buy a plant
Something like
incorporate
that.
Yes, yeah.
so that you're
And I
bringing.
bet that would happen, you know, a lot of people would buy that wouldn't ordinarily stock it.
Totally. It's great marketing for them.
Yeah, I would think it'd be great marketing, and then you get people to your place.
And she's
I
very
think-
good, she likes to market it.
Yeah, she's very good at it. If for some reason that's not an option though, I think talking to Wade and maybe we could Wade has a lot on his plate. That's a big
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
But maybe we could help him some too.
If we
He's
could
fabulous.
get it so it wasn't a big burden on him, if we could get enough people
Because he was
involved,
very quick to say.
hands-on with, okay, we're gonna move a table, we're gonna move a sink with a water tank in for the day, something, whatever
Because he was quick to say yes.
Because
Yeah,
I have a water bin that can go in the back of the
he
truck.
actually has a yard on my fire truck sitting out
You've been
there.
cutting the tops
Yeah,
off
he
all
said
your
he
water
knew
bins.
you.
Do you have any
Yeah, oh,
intact
yeah,
ones?
yeah, yeah.
I do, well, I sold all the whole bladders
Mm-hmm,
that, on Facebook Marketplace.
mm-hmm,
The other ones are gonna be roofs.
yeah.
But they're not all gonna be roofs right away. So if they need to be water bladders for the next like 6 months, they could be. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a plus. So
Because one bladder
if
is
there's
2
not an
roofs.
easy way to bring, we could potentially, I have a tank and he has a possibility of moving water.
So do you need a lot of water?
Because we can use the truck one time.
No, just what you would
Chitty chitty bang bang.
normally need to adjust
We'll
moisture
load
in a
those on
small
there
amount
in
of
cages.
compost.
We could do that.
Stuff
I don't know
like
how
that.
much water he would need, but that's a
And
possibility.
we use the
Email that Rob sent.
Great.
Also, you have potential access
See if I'm on
to,
distribution.
if they,
I'm not,
they have
I'll
a
send it
pile
to
out
Rob.
back. I don't know how much they
Yeah.
have, but over the years, they had the leaf pile.
Just to-
So I don't know if there's any that's turned from the leaf pile that you might like up there.
What does that mean?
Whatever they dumped in it. Yeah, I mean, it's, my dad's gotten stuff over the years for the garden and it's been good.
It's been good?
I mean, I don't get anything from it quite clearly, but I also know somebody with a really ridiculous manure pile.
You have hungry mammals, you've got places to go.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I would
Well,
not
that's great.
suggest getting anything from me because we have soldier weed.
So let's try to get
Actually, I'll do
dates
it tomorrow,
decided
yeah.
as soon as
Yeah, yeah.
possible and get the details, so we can get a lot of people there.
Okay,
Get it
but
out.
first we'll burn something and then
Oh, yeah.
we'll
Mhm.
plant
Then
some.
we'll have the biochar to do the planting. Okay. Any other business anyone have they want to bring up?
The only other business I had, which was kind of related to select board, was to tell you that if you wanted to see the candidates night, it was not run by the town or select board, but if you wanted to see the candidates night video, the town did host that onto their YouTube. So if you didn't get a chance to see the kind of meet the candidates, not all of them were able to be there, but
It was good.
what's up?
That was good.
Yeah, this is very nice service.
There was quite a few people online, I think, too.
There were 40 when I looked.
How many?
40?
Great.
There might have been more or less, but I was looking on my little tiny squawk box. So it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay. So I don't think the correspondence we had, there wasn't, and this must be an application that's coming up. I didn't get any information on
The zoning board one?
the one that's listed here for.
Yeah, that's the application for appeal to the zoning board, Christie Pierce, 111 New Hampshire Route 4A.
Yeah.
I don't know, are we being asked to give any kind of feedback?
I have to check into it. I generally keep very close watch on the zoning board too, to see if there's anything that we want to make. a-
Yeah, I just got the application, I didn't see any.
They're asking to build a garage.
With an AD,
With an
ADU on
Oh.
top, it looks
An
like.
ADU also, yeah.
I guess
This
my,
one,
An
the
ADU with a
ZBA,
garage, yeah.
they need a
Like that,
variance
the
for this
garage.
What I
garage.
read is that
Mhm.
it's gonna be 3 feet within the distance of the lake, but their house is already way past that. So my impression is it doesn't get them any closer to the lake,
well, it gets the section.
that section.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but,
Overall, no.
Yeah.
yeah,
But then
so
it's
usually you're
17
looking for
feet.
a lot improvement away from,
Yeah.
or you're looking for substantial hardship. We're not the ZBA, but they would be looking like, so
But what
say
are they
you need a
asking?
pad to like put a heating unit in. Those are
But
the
we don't
things.
have to
We don't
consider
have to do it.
the variance criteria, do we?
No, we don't have to do
No.
any of that. I guess my feedback
You can
is, for the lake, it's not great to put more things near the lake. We have an awful lot of stuff near the lake, and we keep, unless it's a hardship to not put it near the lake, like, that's why I said heating unit. I just feel like, from a conservation standpoint, it's impermeable surface, yeah. A garage is a nice thing to have, but it's not a need.
I had a question about the impermeable surface, and you've already looked at it. It says the impermeable surface on the lake side of it will be reduced. And I don't know what that means. If it's a building going on an already impermeable surface, to me, that's no change. It's far as permeability.
I didn't really understand it, to be honest. I don't know if it's they have a pad or patio or they have but I didn't look up the
If they were
parcel.
reducing a permeable surface, that would mean something to me, but reducing an impermeable
Yeah.
surface, I just did not know what that meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine just died. I was reading it, again, rereading it, but
I've been using the Gemini to read it because I can't really read that thing.
Yeah.
It's like so weird, but
Yeah.
I put it into the AI and I ask it questions about it.
okay.
Yeah. What about the other packet of letters though? That has a thing with Roy Hall and it's got all these pictures of the dock thing. Why were we sent that?
Was that the prior meeting or was that this one?
No, it was this one.
That was for
Oh,
this
okay. The one with Roy Holland was that the individual who filed a complaint didn't file a truthful complaint, so
And that's
I have a
he's good.
letter here,
And he's
that has
fine.
Yeah.
been, that's
that's been
closed.
resolved. You know, but it's obviously, I would say, as a member of our staff, it's concerning when somebody files something like that about you, right? And that pond is a fire pond, and there are legal rights to clean out fire ponds anyways, but he didn't do it. And the complainant indicated to DES that they didn't know who the yellow truck belonged to, but we all know the yellow trucks belong to the town. So the town cleaned out a culvert like they should, and that's that. I had just said
Can we
to,
ask for a clarification
on what?
on the Pierce application as to what the reduction in permeable surface means?
Do we just give feedback to ZBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could ask and see, and then you could do it in your next meeting.
Mhm.
I don't know, it may have already been heard by then. I don't know what the schedule's like.
I'll check on that, because that's what, it's good, very good to keep close touch with planning board and ZBA.
Because there are
To see
times
if there
that
are any things that.
they have a footprint and they're gonna build on the existing footprint, and you're like, well, it's not getting worse. Or they wanna put a dorm, like, if you are in a non-conforming structure and you're gonna put dormer or skylights in, like, you have this whole rigmarole you have to go through, right? But if they're going to be adding more buildings closer, that's very different. So I don't know what it is.
And also, this would have to go before DES.
Yeah.
And DES, unless there's something there that we feel DES won't address, you generally
Don't have to do
be
anything.
concerned about it. But,
Unless I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the two maps,
Mhm.
and here's the garage and the ADU. I don't know what this is here, maybe that's impermeable, but this goes beyond that. So I would think that there's more impermeable rather than less.
They're saying that,
That's why I was confused.
Yeah,
I guess, what, I keep hitting the AI here on the questions about it, and it says that there's scattered impervious areas, and that this project aims to replace the scattered ones with a more compact connected structure that results in a net reduction.
okay.
So it's complicated.
Yeah.
Is
But
what
what
I'm,
does
yeah,
it
it sounds complicated.
What does a reduction of impervious area mean? I took that to
I can't get
imply
specifics on
Yeah.
what
that they
material.
are removing an area of pavement, which
Yeah,
would be a benefit.
right.
But it's not clear to me that that's what they meant to imply.
Is building better than pavement?
If it's just exchanging building for pavement, no. But it says a reduction of an impervious surface, and a building doesn't reduce impervious surface.
I mean, I think if we had to give feedback, you could simply give the feedback that we would encourage the ZBA to consider the implications for, that we would, I'm sorry, it's the fan. I should have spoken up. You could just, if we needed to give feedback, you could encourage the ZBA to consider implications for wildlife passages and whether, like, the permeable surface and like runoff into the lake, like how that would be captured in the project.
So we can do that.
I don't even know, well, with regard to the impervious surface, I don't know what to ask for, because I don't know what,
Yeah, I think you
What
could
is-
ask
Ask
something
for
very general. If
clarification.
you ask for clarification, you could also ask something while you're doing that. If we're not gonna address, I don't know if you're gonna address it in time, because I don't know what the cycle is for this, but I assume if you're not meeting for a month, you may not get back to it in time. You could give some very basic feedback. But I think you're right on, DES is pretty, they're not terribly lenient.
No, and especially,
No.
To me, a lot of these waivers are much more lenient. Because I mean, if you have regulations to protect your waterways, you shouldn't keep giving waivers to do things that go against those regulations. That's the way I see it.
Well, all we have to do is give feedback, right?
Pardon me?
All we do is give feedback, so we
Right.
should
We're
say
we're
that,
not a
Yeah.
regulatory.
something like Kate said, we should say that if it's
Yeah.
going to increase the, the footprint and/or the amount of impervious, land area, then we're against it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just make it simple.
simple as that.
That's what I think we should do.
And I think,
Because we're under time. If we wait till next month,
yeah.
it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, and I think you can just frame it to ask them to consider that, and when they're thinking about whether it's because I'm assuming they're not gonna claim it's a hardship of some kind, that they need the item, but
Well,
Or-
anytime someone wants to do something, it's a
usually,
hardship.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's almost always a hardship, so.
They need a waiver for.
I like maps and diagrams. If they could give us a diagram of what they're reducing
Yeah,
and what they're increasing.
I think the
Look the size of
ZBA
it
will
all.
get all of that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So,
we can either be it in person, can speak to them, or I can write a note to,
I mean, I think you could just write a note
Yeah.
weighing in that, very basic, that we, encourage the ZBA to consider, protecting the lake, the area around the lake, the runoff consideration, and, very seriously consider the impervious surface, and just leave it at that, because they don't have to listen to us anyways, so we can frame it nicely and hope they do.
Right, right.
I mean, I think we have good intentions. We're not like, hey, don't do anything nice with your home, but
Yeah.
also be mindful. Fine, Megan.
If you look at the maps, I think the one map is the old and one map is the new.
Yeah.
Right.
And the yellow is the area that's within 50 feet of the lake.
Mhm.
And the driveways and structures kind of, on the newer one, they kind of bring it out of the area close to the lake. And so there's less impervious area or surfaces in that yellow zone.
So they're less encroachment, maybe.
That's sort of what it looks like.
That'd be, I mean, it'd be desirable to move
structures
away
that-
from the lake.
Just
Yeah.
a plain statement of what
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
results
determine.
in the reduction.
Yeah.
Are they removing 50 square feet of asphalt?
But the thing is, what I'm seeing
They
is
give
it
us a
says gravel
conclusion.
driveway. Gravel driveway is considered pervious, right?
Right.
right.
Oh, then I'm confused.
I want to see what you're looking at.
Oh, let me rotate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, but it's a little easier with the colors here.
okay.
So if this is the old one,
Mm-hmm, yep.
let me spin it again. There we go. So this is the old one. See how this hump kind of goes in here?
Yep.
Now on the
So it's
new one,
less
the
impervious
hump's smaller in the yellow
Says
part.
re-
Okay.
Look at item number
But
2
when
down
I
at the
look at
bottom of the front
what that's
page
labeled, it
of
says
the
gravel, and it's the little dots.
Yeah, yeah.
So gravel is, then I don't get it. 'Cause gravel's okay either way.
Under facts supporting this request, number 2,
But what I also noticed is the yellow goes up to this
while
little part in the house.
reducing impervious areas
On the
in the
new
50-foot
one-
lake buffer.
So it's within the 50 feet.
Yeah, but they say reducing impervious surface.
It's
To me, that implies
hard
they're
to
pulling out
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
pavement.
We'll find out.
Sheds a little more light on it, though, thank you.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
If these are the before and after, I'm not even sure, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess the specific question
I
I
hope
would
that
ask them
the
is,
zoning board isn't meeting
is
on election day. I
how,
would think they would.
Oh, gosh, no.
how is the impervious surface,
And
What's
just,
the exact mechanism?
just from a conservation committee, like, knowledge and educational standpoint,
It would be good to know, yeah.
we want more impervious, we want less impervious surfaces in general,
Yep.
everywhere on Earth, basically.
Great goal.
Yeah.
And then near a lake, can you add something to that? Specifically near a lake, or is there something about near a lake that makes it
I would
more-
just, yeah, and it's even more important near a lake,
Because,
And closely adhere to DES guidelines about
because
encroaching upon lakes.
that's the water that gets to the lake first. The water that's infiltrated nearest the lake is the water that feeds the
so if it
lake.
goes into the ground first, we're gonna get cleaner water in the lake versus if it hits something hard and goes straight in, then it's dirty.
Flows across a road, yeah,
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
okay.
And that's where some of your cyanobacteria problems come from, because you think, and a creature goes to the bathroom on the lawn, you get fecal bacteria, it goes directly to the lake instead of going down to the ground.
You're getting clean.
Right, if it pools at the surface, gets contaminated and then goes in. So getting rainwater to go right into the soil and into the lake is best. But this doesn't tell us how they see a reduction in the impervious surface.
No.
If it's there, great, but I'm not seeing it.
There is a zoning
God,
board
thank you.
meeting on the 10th, and it has not been canceled right
Oh,
now.
my goodness.
It's on the books, so
Well, all right, because I can't go, I'll be counting ballots.
well, they'll be at 7 PM, right? Yeah.
We're busy till,
I will be counting ballots with you, and the new ballot machine sounds like it feeds slower and reads slower.
And this dock thing, are we good on the dock thing?
The DES will say no on the
Yeah.
dock like in 2 seconds, is my experience. If they don't like the dock, that doesn't meet requirements, they say no pretty quickly, but
But there's a lot of docks on the lake and docks are good, right?
I mean, docks keep erosion,
some are
traffic.
grandfathered.
Uh-huh.
But any new docks,
Yeah.
they're very.
They get a permit.
They're hard.
There's a distance between them, and there's lot requirements.
And
so.
they have to be a certain distance into the lake, and there's a lot of things,
Can't be too
depending
far.
on the water level, on, there's a lot of restrictions and.
And so this is sent, these correspondence are being sent to this committee,
So that we
so
can,
we're aware of what's going on.
Right.
There's 2 things. There's the kind that we are supposed to give feedback on, and then there's the ones that are kind of an FYI. And in the past, there were some that I think they might have sent us the cover letter, but not the packet.
Yes.
And which is honestly fine, because some of them are giant, well, they're
Yeah.
like rolled diagrams.
Yeah.
So if we ever have questions and you see it in your packet and you want more, typically Rob has those. But they're pretty.
well, most of them I get the full, but this one here, I didn't get the full copy. And, because usually it's in the box at the town office. But it was only on the. And it is hard to, when you get that many pages, to print all this stuff. It's nice, most of it I get in the town office, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I didn't know that one of these documents was 19 pages long till I heard he sent it
Till
to
the-
print.
Yeah,
So as a committee, I know we have the green book from the New Hampshire. Is that like, what's kind of our guiding place for our framework for what we find concerning and don't concerning? Like, I'm reaching back to what I learned in environmental class in school, like where, and Peter's
well, go
professional
on.
experience, like where are we getting our
you
sort of
can
like,
find,
you know.
the shoreline protection law and the regulations are all on the DES website.
so we're
You
focused
can
on
find something on
the,
everything
lo-
here.
the law side of it.
Pardon me?
Yeah,
Well,
more
not-
how,
not
We're
necessarily.
focused on the environmental
yeah.
side of it.
You get it, as you kind of look at the environmental side, as you work with it, you kind of learn about some of these regulations. So, or in the case of folks who live on the lake, you run into them because you've dealt with them when you wanted to make a modification to your dwelling or something. So, but basically, we know what the legal framework is, but then there's the layer beyond that is like, is it a best practice? So I would say a good example is on a lake, not just keep it lakes, but there's a no wake zone, right, to the shoreline.
Yeah.
New Hampshire lakes lobbied for a significantly more, and I think conservation commissions, largely in the state of New Hampshire, supported more.
Oh,
It
yeah.
did not pass, right? But it is generally better to
The
have like,
boating industry is a very strong lobbyer, and that's what you're.
because they come to the shoreline, they stir up the bottom, and that's where the,
And the wake boats are doing a lot of damage. They shouldn't even be on a size Crystal Lake.
No, they shouldn't be.
No.
like Spectacle Pond has, is it
Well, even
very
though we aren't regulatory, we do have a right, and I don't have it right in front of me, the Conservation Commission can put a hold on something so that we can express an opinion. If it's, if we feel it's a really serious thing, that we can do that.
That's a good way of putting it. We're not the decision maker, so we're not
Yeah.
They do
strictly
listen
speaking
to us.
applying the law, but our opinion counts for something within,
Yeah.
with the bodies.
And that green
at the
book.
state and the
Yeah.
and the
And it-
select board.
In that green book, there are certain things. So, past conservation commissions, some folks have been very into like, well, is this filled out correctly? Does it have this? That's really the job of DES. But you
Right.
could go through and do all that and learn to do it. You might catch something. I don't know if that's like an area of interest, but I think, yeah, we're not in that nuance kind of level. We're more on the like, does this? So an example of something that we did was when you guys weighed in on Laramie Farms. You didn't get to vote to stop the project necessarily, but they came in, they presented, these guys all went down and visited, was it 3 sites? You did
Yeah.
a really good job. An older, you can say how it was like, was it 20 years?
Yes.
One was in development.
One was
new
in
development.
Yep, and then 10 and 20.
Yeah.
And they were able to come back with the photos, explain what that developer had done, because they got to see it in real life in different phases to see whether what they said to us here was what they were able to do in practice, and whether 20 years later in practice it was actually there, and
it was.
And it was.
Yeah.
So they were able to take that and make it into a series of recommendations for, we talked about things like culverts, like do you do an open bottom culvert or do you have a box culvert that's a closed bottom, right? That has an environmental impact.
Makes it-
There's not necessarily a law, but it makes a huge difference for
Animals.
critters and animals. So they did a really nice job, and was it, I don't know if it was 10 but you guys sent a series of recommendations and they took all
They
of them.
actually took them
They took all
into
of them.
changing some of the ideas in their plan, like the area that they have for conservation.
Their conservation, they asked for conservation space.
The Upper Valley, it will be legally put into a conservation, so it can be changed.
Yeah, a conservation easement. And then one of the other ones, a lot of great questions came out of here. I'm sure there was other public discussions, but in this room, there was some great discussions about the finger wetlands that kind of go down. Those are the ones that dry up. And without saying like, hey, we would really be against this, folks in this room asked these good questions and they pulled back more from the finger wetlands.
Yeah.
So
So,
it
the-
makes a difference.
Makes a huge difference.
and it was done in a
And
very
that's
nice,
very
amicable way to
important
get it
part of
done. Yeah.
Of our mission, is.
I was impressed.
A good
with the
developer
reactivity.
will listen to the concerns of the community, even if there isn't something hard and fast in the law about it, or somebody's got a legitimate concern about, I found a certain species of fairy shrimp in the little pool up here, did you know that was there? No, but maybe it's a good PR approach for them to say, hey, this was brought to our attention and we did something about it.
Yes, and in terms of mission and charter, the green books really are key place to look for that. I know there's the law side of it, but
Yeah.
forget
And lots
law,
of
like
times-
mission and charter, like
Yeah.
what are kind of
And another
charters, yeah.
place I keep in touch with regularly too is the New Hampshire Association of Conservation Commissions.
Yes, I'm glad you've been forwarding their
Yeah,
emails.
I will
Yeah.
forward all those things. And, because I call and talk with her too, not just email and ask questions and it's very helpful.
Yeah, those were good to see.
Yeah.
And I really think this particular commission has come, and this group has come a long way in the way they approach things, so that they're collaborating and they're giving an education to people, and they're asking them to partner to preserve this place and, the recreation opportunities and, things of a historic nature as they're like infused with nature. And that piece gets a lot more attention from the community, I think. And I think you guys have been getting really good results because it's not so adversarial. Sometimes there's specific laws in the state of New Hampshire that prevent conservation members from like sneaking onto someone's property and turning them in. But that's what some of these things are, right?
I've heard
That come
some
to us.
stories.
So,
Yeah.
and I think, but instead saying to people, hey, like, this is how you control your rat population, and this is, a way to be a
It's a
good
lot
steward.
farther that way.
You
It go farther, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've gotten really good feedback on the stuff you guys have been doing.
Now, and we're working much more with the planning board too, which is great. And they're also, when the next phase, when it will be more about the lakes and environment zoning and stuff, we're gonna have.
Oh, for the phase
they've
two, yeah.
invited us to have a big part.
Well, the town was putting together a mission statement for all the committees also,
Yeah, didn't they,
right?
they
Yes.
sent conservation one.
Yeah.
So that's a good, thing to look at, because it kind of gives us what we're supposed to do, kind of just a general idea.
And
I
he
feel like
actually
we know
got
that
that.
and we have a sense of it, but it's always good to reiterate. It could be good to reiterate it in the way you're saying.
No, it was good the town was putting together, because we were kind of going off in some tangents in areas we shouldn't be getting involved in. It was kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's good to keep us focused on what we should be working on.
Yeah.
Ed actually asked me for all the information he used in that,
That's good.
to put that together.
I figured that's where it came from.
That's where it came from. But that's what we should. And we do have to be careful of going places we aren't, because if we get if the town sees us doing that, then they don't value our opinion as much.
And Kate gets really, really upset when she thinks we're gonna have to pay a legal bill, I'm just saying.
Pardon me?
I get really, really upset when I think we're gonna pay legal bills for no reason. Then I have a little meltdown. Please don't do it. I was looking,
So, then I'll get in touch, even though I probably won't be able to go to that meeting, I'll get in touch with the chair of the zoning committee and give them our thoughts and how we feel about this. So they'll be thinking about this when they think about variance. Does anyone
looking.
have anything else?
no. I make a motion to adjourn.
Good idea.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Well, there was only
Aye.
one other thing.
Oh.
This didn't get in the minutes, but last time we voted to join, this was so much didn't get in the minutes. We talked about the Upper Valley
Yeah.
Trails Alliance and
Sure.
decided to be members,
Yep.
Yep.
membership with that. How's this stuff, it must have got turned off halfway through or something.
Yeah, that's weird.
I came in and it all fell apart.
Yeah.
So